BBC News correspondent for New York. Sherry, hi. How are you this morning?
Good morning. I heard my friend Kelly there.
Hey there, Sherry. Sherry and I are both from the same hometown.
Oh, really?
We went to school, went to college together, and yes.
Well, this is all...
We go way back.
We go way back, all to Quincy High and Quincy Notre Dame.
That's
we played
right.
each other in basketball, and you usually won.
Well, heck, that means then that Kelly and Sherry will start this interview off because the two of you are old buddies. Go for it.
Sherry, okay, what? This is...
I know.
This is a bizarro story. So an Army soldier, she was in a car accident 2 years ago, and she lost her ear, and then what happened after that?
Well, she lost her ear, and doctor said, well, we can give you a prosthetic ear, or we can try this new thing, which is grow you an ear. So they had a surgeon who worked on it and worked with a sculptor, and they looked at her other ear, and they sculpted an ear that looked just like it, and then they took that thing and they put it in her forearm, because the reason they put it there is they wanted the ear to grow, new blood vessels, so it would actually have feeling. And they put it in her forearm, and it grew there for 20 months. And after it was grown, they removed it from her forearm, and they put it back on her ear. They attached it. She can now hear, and she has feeling in her ear. It still looks a little weird, but in a couple of years, you're not even going to be able to notice that it's a fake ear.
This is not the first time this type of surgery has been done. And once you get past the ooh factor, it's remarkable, because if you think about it, the ear is part of her. And as a result, her body's not going to try and reject it.
Right, exactly. That's exactly right. It's not like putting a transplant or something like that. I mean, they have done this. If you go to Google Images and you type in ear, forearm, you'd be shocked at the number of pictures that come up with that. If you're just sitting around the office today and you're thinking, what should I do? Oh yeah, ear, forearm, Google Images. Whoa. There's even one of an ear being grown on the back of a mouse that people thought was actually photoshopped years ago, and it was not. It was something that they were practicing on this. They actually took cartilage from the woman's rib, and that's what they used to sculpt it. So you've got these intricate, surgeons and sculptors and all working together, to try and do this. And it truly is amazing what we can do with technology these days, medical technology. It's stunning. And this woman was really skeptical about it at the beginning. She was squeamish, like kind of we would be. But she stuck with it, and she said she's really glad she did, because, it will be normal before too long.
That is really amazing to me. Is it something about the ear that is something that's easier to transplant as opposed to other body parts? Is it because it's so small?
Well, it is so small, and also if you think about it, I mean, the ear has, you can feel your ear, the lobe and the outside of it, but most of the work that the ear does is inside. So when the ear gets, is off, you can still hear. But you need to put that inside. So it is small like that. You couldn't grow something major like that. But everything they're thinking about, that they have, it's crossed their minds, and it's it's amazing when you think about it that she walked around. I think you would have to be really careful of that. I have questions like, could she wear long sleeves? Did it cover up the ear? If she wears long sleeves, does she have trouble hearing? No, just kidding.
You are so bad, Sherry. I'm telling you.
I don't know, but it's just amazing to me, the things that we are finding out and that we can do with all of this. They say it looks good, and then she's going to be able to hear out of it too.
And the thing too is this: she's in the military. This was not a military-related incident, other than the fact that she was traveling to get to a base. But we're finding more and more men and women who are serving in war zones, and they have. In a lot of cases, injuries like this, and our ability now, not only in the United States but other countries, to be able to make people better, at least make them look better, the ability to walk, replacement of arms. I know that Dean Kamen of First Robotics, one of the things that he was approached by the U.S. military, and I mean all of them, Air Force and Navy and so on and so forth, and they wanted to be able to get a better arm, because a lot of these soldiers had their arms blown off. And they said, we want to be able to have an arm that can literally, pick things up and the person can feed themselves instead of somebody having to do that. And he said, well, we can probably do it, but it's going to, there's going to be the Food and Drug Administration, and apparently the military looked at him and said, that's not going to be a problem. You just come up with it, we'll make it work. And as a result, they've come up, there are a number of companies now that are doing this so that people who don't have it, like, for instance, there's a video of a guy who lost both of his arms picking up a grape and feeding himself a grape. And his wife is in tears because she says he couldn't do anything like this before. It just, the mechanical arms that were there. So I view this as a tremendous positive, and more power to this young woman for being able to look normal, hear normally, and live a normal life.
Yeah.
Yep. Absolutely, absolutely. And one of the things that the Army said is, she's a young active duty soldier. Why would we not try to do everything we could to get her back to a normal life? And again, it might be an ear, it's not really an arm or a leg, but still, to her, this is a part of her. And then they really have stepped up when it comes to creating these things and making a difference.
Very good. Well, Sherry, nice to know that you two. I had no idea that you two knew each other
Yes.
in a previous life, and it's good that you can catch up on a fairly regular basis here on the radio station.
I know. Have a good day and a good weekend, you guys,
You
okay?
too.